everybody. My name is Lauren Luther, and today I'm going to educate you on the big topic of GMO labeling. Before I get into the specifics of the regulations and laws regarding labeling of GMOs, let's discuss first what exactly GMOs are and why labeling them is so important and such a big deal. A GMO, or a genetically modified organism, can be defined as an organism, meaning a plant, animal, or microorganism, in which the genetic material, or the DNA, has been altered in a way that does not occur naturally by mating, nor does it occur by natural recombination. The technology is often called modern biotechnology or genetic engineering. It allows selected individual genes to be transferred from one organism into another, also between non-related species. The foods produced by genetic modification can be referred to as GM foods. As the population of the world continues to increase, it will be accompanied by an increase in the demand for food. Since the total acreage planted is no longer increasing, unless new production technology is adopted, such an increase in the demand that is unmatched by an increase in supply in the world food market will raise food prices and lead to food shortages, especially in underdeveloped countries. GMOs allow us to grow more while using less land and resources. They are very much needed for our growing population in the world. So what do you think? Would you eat food that has been genetically modified? Have you ever eaten food that is genetically modified? Chances are you probably have. Is it healthy and safe? There are many opinions on this topic, but the reality is there is no scientific evidence of harmful effects of GMOs. It is perfectly safe and healthy to consume food that has been genetically modified. Most people in the United States don't realize that they've been eating genetically engineered foods since the mid-1990s. More than 60% of all processed foods on U.S. supermarket shelves, including pizza, chips, cookies, ice cream, salad dressing, corn syrup, and baking powder, contain ingredients from engineered soybeans, corn, or canola. With that being said, the genetic engineering of plants and animals is looming as one of the greatest and most intractable environmental challenges of the 21st century. Currently, up to 92% of U.S. corn is genetically engineered, as are 94% of soybeans and 94% of cotton. It has been estimated that upwards of 75% of processed foods on supermarket shelves, from soda to soup, crackers to condiments, contain genetically engineered ingredients. As you can see, most of us consume GMOs. To gauge whether foods made from genetically modified crops were safe for human consumption, the committee compared disease reports from the United States and Canada, where such crops have been consumed since the mid-1990s, and those in the United Kingdom and Western Europe, where they are not widely eaten. They found that overall, there were no differences in terms of a higher risk to the human health between foods made from genetically modified and those that are non-GMOs. They are actually very safe because GMOs are the most researched and studied practice in the world. There is nothing to worry about when eating foods that have been genetically modified. Although there is no harm in consuming genetically modified foods, we still need to label them. But why? Well, there are several reasons why it is important to have the foods labeled. Number 1, consumers want them labeled. Polls conducted by professional news organizations, including the Washington Post, consistently show that over 90% of consumers want GM ingredients labeled. Number 2, it's free. There are no costs to consumers or producers to have it labeled. Number 3, it allows people to support their local farmers by not choosing the GMO foods. Number 4, the free market is supposed to provide consumers with accurate information about products so we can make informed choices. The FDA determined that genetically modified foods were substantially equivalent to conventionally produced foods, so there was no material difference, and no labeling was required. After almost 20 years, this policy is still in effect today. The controversy now is some farmers want to label their foods GMO free. This is not allowed right now. Notable for companies wanting to advertise products as non-genetically modified is the fact that the FDA says it will not allow labels to like GM free or GMO free or biotech free. The agency says guaranteeing a product to be free of GM material is virtually impossible. Instead, the labels will have to say the food was not produced through bioengineering. The FDA said it may take legal action against companies that violate these guidelines. Are you interested in learning more about GMO labeling? If you are, come out on Tuesday, October 25th at 6 p.m. to room 114 of Ricks Hall. There will be a meal provided, so come hungry. There will be different types of foods, both GMO and non-GMO foods, and you will have to decide if you can tell the difference in the products. It will be lots of fun, so spread the word and bring a friend.